As another early morning greets Michael Garcia with a rumbling belly and a little bit of sadness in his chest, today is the day he knows will be spent being very busy, particularly taking apart electronics and, if he's lucky, getting a few cars moved near his current home. But all that runs the risk of the undead, and as always, the undead bring the risk of immediate death. Welcome back to Project Zomboid, everybody. And that's our plan, to hopefully get things kind of set up nicely in the area for ourselves where we can start hijacking cars as needed. Some cool stuff to talk about today. That has to do with games, obviously, of course. Yeah, let's eat another sad cabbage. And then let's eat a not a sad cabbage, just to be extra full. A frozen non-sad cabbage and a non-frozen sad cabbage. What a meal. That's what we call real balanced diet. But I have a couple things I want to talk about that are related to the channel overall and, of course, related to our bags outside. Uh-oh. Ooh. There's two, maybe? Hang on. Just want to make sure they're not spawning. Okay. It's just the one. I thought I heard two. I heard a bang, 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 bang. I'm not seeing anything else. Again, probably another victim of the engine. If I can... I can't cut this music for some reason. Okay, well, if that's it, then let's get her body out of here real quick. I don't want it. Leaving it around, this is where it all begins, right? That's one corpse. You might as well have 10 corpses. A corpse is equal to 10 corpses. If you're willing to leave one, you're willing to leave a bunch. So don't do that. That's kind of preventative measures that I need. Now, I did see another one over there. She was lumbering her way toward us. Unfortunately, what I meant is two. Huh. We're just gonna go ahead and take care of them the old-fashioned way and hope that it works out for us. Stay down. Alright, come on the ground. There we go. I'm okay with them being this far out. It's just the immediate area that I try to take care of, and we might want to move one of these now that we can. Okay, can I focus on topics of discussion? Well, they're all video game related, of course. So the first one, I might as well mention it here because I think it's a lot of the same audience. And I know not everybody follows me on Twitter. If you don't, you should. Hey, twitter.com/Mathasgames. But Dean put up a link, right? And like a professional video editor, like a nice smooth link pops out. All wow, says the audience. And wow, says me. I'm very impressed with your editing skills. That's why I pay you big bucks. So, I have gotten permission. Well, let's. Sorry, I'm getting doubly sidetracked here, and I apologize. Let's grab our hiking bags as well. First, the big one. I know it's a lot of the same audience, and I know there's some people starting to wonder where Kenshi is. It has come to my attention, because I do read the comments for better or for worse, that it's getting a few people bored where I'm at right now, because the kind of thing I'm doing, and because I do the play style that I do, which is story-focused for all good things and bad, I know on the surface it may look like just a let's play with some bookended like story in the beginning and the end, and maybe some immersive stuff in the center, but it comes with restrictions, because of who Rustilt is as a character, because of how Rustilt has built his following and his army and his own little village, if you want to even call it that. It's more of an outpost. and his goals in life and his history that I ended up making for him when I created the character. Exploring the world and seeing what's around with that particular character and those particular stories is not going to happen. One, because it doesn't make sense. It's not something he has interest in. He's so narrowly focused on this one thing right now. And while metagame-wise, we all know, including myself, that wandering the world is how I'll get better loot and all that other stuff. But that's just not how he would do it. All these things that metagame-wise, you could maybe with the stretch justify why Rustilt would do it. He won't, in my mind, because he's, you know, the character I created and I kind of know him at the very least on some fundamental level. That's just not something he would do. He's too focused. He's too singularly focused on the task at hand to his own detriment. It literally took him failure of certain things, of certain tasks, to force him to stop focusing on a target and do better preparations for the next assault. I think it was like the first assault on one of the Holy Nation bases. But it literally took him a massive failure in order for him to realize he should maybe go and explore. And he has. And he has built up better weapons and armor, and that's why he's going to these places before he makes the assault on Blister Hill. But he doesn't know what's out there in the world, and to him to risk that, to go out into a world that he doesn't know, full of dangers he may not be ready for or understand, would be putting the goal of taking down the Holy Nation at risk, because he could die before it happens. And he'd rather die trying to take them down than die out there doing some adventuring that he could pass off as preparation work. That's basically how I look at it anyway. So that means, you know, the only thing left for me to do that what Rustilt would do would be to hit the areas he knows, to prepare himself as best he can with his allies, take a few Shek, which I have grabbed off camera so far, a few of the Shek army to come with me, re-equip some better weapons from the armor from the Armor King and so on, as I've been doing, and then make an assault on Blister Hill. And for better or for worse, that's looking like the end. I know a lot of people aren't particularly happy with seeing me spend, like, you know, you see 20 minutes, 30 minutes of me prepping, which is really like 45 to an hour of me wandering around the world. Just, you know, Dean does a lot of good editing. And I understand, you know, that's not the most engaging of gameplay. And sometimes, you know, it's not enough to just know what's driving Rustilt to do what he's doing. Sometimes, you know, TV and movies, you know, they don't show the stuff in between in bigger stories because it's not relevant, and it's not relevant right now. So what I'm doing off camera is prepping. I'm about at the point where I'm ready to start recording the assault on Blister Hill, which will be 1 or 2 episodes, I assume. And then after that, that's the end of season 2. Rustilt's story, at least the arc I had for him in mind, genuinely comes to a finish. The Dust Bandit arc was improvised. I didn't expect. Oh, we have a crawling zombie over there. Probably one I hit with a car. I didn't expect to have to deal with the Dust Bandits like I did, but it proved a really enjoyable story and a really enjoyable way to have an arc on the first season that had an interesting end. I thought the first season would be maybe the only season of Rustilt. Initially, I thought every season might be like a different story or something, but the way this worked out for Rustilt, I liked better. And then after this is done, I'm not saying it's the end for Rustilt at all. It's certainly not the end for Kenshi by any stretch either. I have a lot of different characters and a lot of different play styles that I'd like to do with him. Oh, it didn't latch. To do with the game, rather. And Rustilt, I have ideas where I could take a story after if he survives, and if he doesn't survive, there are ways I could mod in maybe like a spin-off series for Ruka or Silvershade if we want to follow those particular characters out in the world. Again, all very vague ideas that I'll approach when we wrap it up. But the Rustilt tale and Kenshi in general holds about as special places to my heart as Project Zomboid does at this point. You know, Zomboid still is one of the most viewed, if not, I think, currently, because of the series that I have running right now, the most viewed of my series, and that, you know, that's not very surprising. It's a regular thing. People know that I'm at least competent at the game, and I can kind of play it in a way that's enjoyable, and the new spin that I've put on it is nice. I've really enjoyed that, so thank you for that. Beyond that, we'll be moving on to something after Kenshi finishes. I already know what I'm playing. I already talked to Dean about what I want the intro to be. We've already talked about theme song stuff. Ooh, premium. Let's go ahead and dismantle this. so theme song stuff and all that other goodness. It will be another open world sandbox game where the world is simulated without you, similar to Kenshi in a lot of regards, but very different in other ones. A game that I have owned for, I think, since 2013 is when TB did a video on it, and this is before I knew him, and he got me interested in the game, and I checked it out, and I've had it since. But I haven't played it in years, really, beyond a couple of dabbling in just to kind of familiarize myself with the mechanics at this point. And that will be taking the Kenshi slot until we're ready to move back over to Kenshi, or something else kind of grabs my attention. We are very close to electrical, so I'm going to see if I can make this happen today. If we can get the electrical skill to pop in this episode, at the very least, I'll be happy. So, yeah, that's what you could expect for Kenshi. I'm very excited to wrap up the story, and I'm very excited to hopefully make it satisfying, at least in some regard. And in some ways, people are like, man, you know, Rustilt he's not a good guy. You know, why does he see himself as a good guy? This, that, and the other. Is this, you know, it's kind of weird. And that's the kinds of story. If you don't know me, by the way, I have been playing D&D, writing, doing storytelling since I was like 10 or 11 years old. I just never really brought it to YouTube before. I never thought it would be a way to do it. And I adored video games, and I used to tell my own stories in video games before Zomboid. I have distinct memories of Super Mario 64 where I wouldn't even play the levels. I would just run around the castle and pretend to be a superhero, because the way movement felt in that game was so liberating and so empowering. Odyssey kind of recaptured that for me, weirdly. I think I've even said it on some video somewhere, that playing Odyssey kind of feels like playing a superhero game. It's weird. So I kind of told my own superhero story in that regard. So being able to do it on YouTube, I didn't think there was really a space for it. I didn't think there were people that did it. And then I discovered people like Rycon Roleplays. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He does incredibly good content. Krug Smash, he's Dwarf Fortress exclusive, but the way he tells stories in that game was a huge... It basically said, hey, you can do this too. And I was like, sweet. I'm game. And at this point in time too, really with Let's Playing on YouTube, you need to find a niche, a way to kind of stand out from the crowd, because Let's Playing is not a dying format. I think it's stabilized where it's at now, because, you know, Twitch came in and YouTube has messed with the algorithm before, and Let's Playing is just a very interesting place to be right now, one could say. But, you know, that's what kind of brought me to do it like this. So we'll be seeing I don't know what got me on that tangent. I have no idea. But basically what we're looking at is another game that allows that kind of sandbox storytelling that takes the place of Kenshi for a little while. When I take a break from Kenshi, we'll dismantle this. I didn't realize we could dismantle watches. There we go. So you can expect something, and then we'll return to Kenshi at some point. The other big thing I wanted to talk about, now that we've moved on past this one, is, you know, I've been talking to the devs of Zomboid for a while now. I've known them since 2011. I've known them since like right around the time that they launched their very first alpha. Hilariously enough, I learned about the game through a webcomic that is not great, but you know, it showed me the game. I was like, ooh, this sounds like way too good to be true, because at that point I had never really played a game like Zomboid before. I'd never really played this deep of a simulation, which led to other simulations later. So, you know, Zomboid is... When I say Kenshi is as close to my heart as Zomboid is, understand it's, you know... That's the kind of importance I'm talking about here. It's very important for my channel and the developers. Well, at least for Zomboid, the developers have always been incredible. The Kenshi developer seems awesome. Never met him, never talked to him, but would love to. Anyway, I've gotten permission from the Zomboid devs. We will be doing a preview video this coming Thursday of the new build. I'm just gonna record some gameplay, maybe tell a short story or something, but really it's just to kind of talk about and show just what a different game we're dealing with now, and the kinds of stories that are going to be possible with the game. you know, when it comes to it. And another thing I'm going to be looking into doing, and I'm definitely going to talk about now, but we're not quite there yet. And I know people have been asking for multiplayer, so this leads into that as well. The new build won't be quite ready for it yet, but a little bit down the line after the animation build comes and the developers are working on some multiplayer tweaks that help with just not input lag, but like rubber banding and all that other stuff. I will be popping up a server for some roleplay shenanigans. We'll be doing some roleplay shenanigans. I know for people that are at least interested that I've talked to, a couple friends that you might know if you're a big Twitch person, but Kiwo is one of them. Dean obviously would be, I want Dean to come and play. And I know Strippin, I know Sam on a personal level. I know Strippin has also played the game and liked it. I am also going to be popping into his DMs and seeing if he'll be interested at all in joining, and then hopefully, you know, we'll do some either streams of RP, but I genuinely think with the new system and the way everything kind of works, RP is going to be a lot more fun. And if you've seen my GTA RP, that's the kind of RP I'm talking about. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that it's going to be as good a time to watch. I'm very, very thrilled, though, about it. And that's kind of something I'm going to be diving into. But first things first, showing you the new build, showing you the animations, showing you how the game plays now because of the change in physics and the way collision works and full-on animations, tripping and dying and being eaten alive. It's going to be super, super, super great. Anyway, I'll see that. You'll be able to see that on Thursday. I'm excited. Beautiful. Okay, so hey, what's been going on here? Funny you ask that. Basically, I'm making my way to some houses that are nearby, with the intent. I'm gonna try and remove this. See if I can drag some in here. Oh, there they are. I figured I'd drag a couple of them out by doing that. With the intent of getting maybe some supplies. Oh my God, they heard it all the way over there. Let's get over there. I did not realize it was that loud. Getting some supplies, looking for some electronics, and trying to get my electronics kill up. It's not been that dangerous overall. The town we cleared out a little bit. I kind of just went on a little bit of a clearing spree. Purpose being that as long as we clear them now, we won't give them a chance to congregate into something more, and that's important. Now there, in the new build, probably would have killed me. Doing what I just did right there that you do regularly, likely would have gotten me killed. I would have died. I would have gotten scratched or bitten at the very, very least. That's what I'm talking about. There's just more of a threat. Simple things like that, right? Like the game doesn't, you know, drastically change how it's controlled. Right, everything's the same. You can kind of do the same things you could, but because of the tweaks to combat, because of how everything works now, you can't play the same game anymore. It's not the same methods of survival at this point anymore. Doing like a push fest like that, you might be able to get away with it if you're prepared and you pace them out well enough. But I'm gonna try and take care of them. I do want them to die. It just means we won't have to take care of them later. And we've pulled them away from a greater pack, so it just means that greater pack will be 3 less strong. We can just get one to fall on the ground. Well, one died. I don't like using my axe. I know it scares people that I use my axe, but baby, if you got it, you might as well use it. You might as well use it. It's also fun to see a zombie just explode gore before they hit the ground. There's a satisfaction in that. We're gonna start taking some vitamins every day, I think. We don't take vitamins, and we probably should. Let's go ahead and do some repairs real quick. Beautiful. Well, we're out of wood glue, but that's fine. It really did some nice repairs for the axe. Now, upside, all those zombies leaving over here leaves this open and likely either zombie free or like 1 or 2. Now, it looks like this is one of the houses that nobody moved into yet, but it should still have a bathroom and a sink, right? Or, no, I guess not. Silly me. What was I thinking? You'd think like this would be the bathroom, but no such luck. All right. Well, I'm curious how many are over here now. We've got one here and one there. We can clear this one out. There's likely a chair I can sit down and at least do a little bit of a rest. We are tiring ourselves out a lot. And that's my own fault. He's leaving. One outside. I would like to take care of her, but it's going to lead me into a position where they can see me. And that might lead them back. And I'd rather not. Okay, there's the kitchen. Ooh, there's a radio in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bathroom zombies every single time. I got distracted by the radio like a zombie and almost got ambushed. Girl, you know what? Your patience paid off. Almost. And I can respect that. Get out of here, lady. Come up. Stay on the ground. There we go. 2 down, baby. 2. Ooh, can I take apart earbuds? I can. Might have a lot of things to take apart in here. Probably should have went for the garage first, but that's alright. Nope, get out. Definitely sounded close. I didn't do my due diligence around the rear of this, and I only have one entrance and exit, so 3 or more decide to pile through that door, and there's not much we can do other than panic. We're exhausted, so we're not hitting hard, so it's very dangerous for me to not do my due diligence. We can remove the propane tank, which genuinely pleasantly surprises me. But on the other hand, it really shouldn't, because I should expect I could be able to do something there. Dismantle. That's not wood glue. I mean, a sport car battery. A sport car battery? Yeah, that's right. It just sounded wrong. Alright, it's a bathroom. By bathroom, I mean closet. But basically, this needs to be turned off. Let's get this battery out. I think it's gone. And I can't pick it up. And I can't dismantle it. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's get some food real quick. I doubt they have anything in the freezer or fridge that I want that hasn't gone rotten. Melted ice cream. I love how melted ice cream never goes bad. It's just not how it works. Thought that said marijuana. Got very excited. Let's go ahead and eat the peanut butter for some happiness. This is honestly not that far out. Okay, let's leave. It's not that far out. We could leave most of the food here, the non-perishables, and we'd be fine. I want to rest, but I would like to rest upstairs. If we get flooded in the basement, we could probably find a way out. Maybe dropping a sheet rope out the top to ensure that we've got an exit. Gonna leave that closed. You know what? One last thing I'd like to do while we're here. While we still have it. Fill whatever empties we got. Wait a minute. The water's still running here. Why is the water still running here? Huh. Well, that's great. Because we can come back here for regular water whenever we want. But I'm also confused because how? I thought when the water turned off, it was a map-wide thing. This door is open. Okay. The new cutaway system is so nice in the Zomboid update. Just wait. Alright. That looks like it's only half of a bed. Alright, well, we're safe enough, I believe, to at least rest a bit. Just want to check everything. Alright, so let's close this door. And let's just rest for now. It is getting late, so we're not going to want to be out too much longer. As it gets darker and the year kind of goes on, we're going to be looking at... I mean, I assume it works this way. It's been a while. We're going to be looking at it getting darker quicker. And that is going to be a problem if we want to get home with any, light at our backs. So we can see where we're going. There we go. Doesn't look like any zombies showed up. We didn't hear any banging. They could have easily flopped their way in through a window, but we didn't hear any moaning either. And our current skill... We're almost there. Ah, we're so close. I gotta try. I kind of want to look at the corpses. Ooh, they're moving. Oh, they're congregating. For some reason, right here, something drew them. My guess is... I don't want to be over here. They can block me in so fast. There's so many. My guess is a broken window or something went off. And it dragged a bunch of them. Well, maybe we just don't want to use this neighborhood anymore. We have no obligation, no need to have to use it, so... I wonder if it's worth popping into a shop. I don't think so. I feel like that would kind of be a mistake. We might want to head back towards our place and just finish it come morning. But we're also not tired yet. Still got a couple zombies wandering our way, but they'll lose sight of us soon. It won't really matter. We'll keep cleaning up the streets while we can, and we might just go straight down the road over here. Okay. I want to take a look at the map. It's literally just a map of Muldra. Muldra. Are you coming over the fence? Yeah, you are. You are moving like you're on a mission, so I figured. There you go. We got one more coming over here. We'll bop him. Bop him like a bop it. Bop it. Swing it. Stomp it. It's just not worth the risk. It's just not worth the risk. I wish it were worth the risk. It just ain't worth the risk. I don't know if I've checked this office thoroughly. I don't like how much thumping is actually happening, so I'm getting out. Some have found their way in there. I would even put money maybe on respawning inside. I don't know how the respawn system works in the new build. I have no idea if they fiddled with it or if they left it the same, by the way. We leveled something up. I imagine it's Blade, since it came with a swing. We leveled up maintenance. You know what? That's fair. Why did we level up maintenance? How did we level up maintenance by swinging? I don't know. But do you see me whining about it? The answer is going to be absolutely not. We could check these cars for some earbuds or something. Locked? I can pop the trunk from in here, right? I don't want... No? I feel like the answer is yes, and I just am not remembering how. The seat is missing. That's my fault. The seat is also, again, my fault. This graveyard of just dissected vehicles. Well, this isn't going as planned. We leveled up in something, for one, but not what I was aiming to level up in. Flashlight. Can we... Yeah, I'll remove the batteries. But I don't know if I can dismantle a flashlight. Unfortunately, the answer looks to be no, but duct tape is great, and so are painkillers. When going to the courthouse, that's a pretty good thing to have. Okay. Yeah, we'll dismantle this. Not enough, but it feels like we're probably right on the edge. Oh, that was like a 0.5, 0.4. It wasn't that much, and it's starting to get dark. It's 9 o'clock at night. It's actually surprisingly bright for September 15th at 9 o'clock at night, seeing that it's, well, quarter of 8 p.m. here where I live, and it's dark as hell outside right now, and it is only a few days after September 15th. Ooh, we could just check our corpse piles for anything dismantleable. Mostly earbuds that I've missed or something. Everybody just wears vests. That's also going to be a really nice change. The clothing system is going to be so much more enjoyable. Everybody doesn't look like they're wearing drab pastels who were just like left out in the sun to be sun bleached. We have more frickin' zombies over there though, so we're gonna have to take care of them eventually. Which makes me concerned that we have more at our gate somewhere. No luck. Is that delayed audio of me going through the trees? Good enough. Let's just get back inside. It's late. We're a little over encumbered because of, you know, Mike carries around so much stuff. He's got to work off all those chips he spent the first like 2 months of his life in the post-apocalypse eating. Those things hang on. But I think this is where we wrap this up. Close, very close. But hey, at least we leveled up in something. We still have what, a skill point? 2 skill points before, you know, we run out. We'll save them. We have to save them for electrical and mechanics until we get more. So, well, Micah Garcia, another day in the books. I hope you enjoyed, sir. You got a lot more to go.